everyone, it's Bonnie here, and I have a project to share with you. This is an altered, well, it's in the shape of a house, but it's got all these little cubbies in it. So it's an altered house shadow box. But I love how it has the peak, and then, you know, these little areas in here. I had purchased this at a tag sale for $1, and it's been sitting and waiting to be made pretty. So I decided to alter this for a friend of mine, and I really love how it came out. My friend, to me, she's like girly grunge. She can do anything, but to me, I think she's girly grunge. I think she can do shabby. She's just, you see this right here? This is what she does to me. She totally inspires me. Anyway, I hope she loves it. So, I first started out covering the entire box with the Prima Romance novel paper. And I did all of the cubbies, you know, the top, the bottom, sides, everything. The back I just painted with black paint because I didn't have a 12 by 12 big enough to fit it. I'm like so low on my romance novel paper. It's not even funny. So scary. I really have to order some more. So I really love the colors that that I put in here. It's mostly blacks, pinks, and this beautiful, like a mossy green. And I have all kinds of fun embellishments that I use to fill up the box. So let me pull it forward and let me show you this beautiful lace first off. This lace is from Treasure Deluxe, and it is magnificent. I'll bring it up close, but I wanted to share how this dangles down, you know, on the top boxes, and I just love that. And it's great because this part here, the part that doesn't dangle, just the, you know, it has a beautiful design on it, fit perfectly on the peak of this house. So again, this is from Treasures Deluxe. I am a designer for Lucy's store, and I will put the product code for this lace in the description box below, as well as the link to Lucy's store. Okay, so let me share with you what the lace looks like. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. And Lucy has an amazing collection of black Venice laces. I know black laces are very hard to come by, and we all say, oh, we don't have enough black lace, but she really has some amazing pieces that are just absolutely to die for. So, as I said, see how it fits perfectly on the top? And then the dangles just perfectly just, you know, dangle down. So let me share with you the sides first. Like I said, I added paper, and then I used this. It was the clock. I can't remember the brand, but I used texture paste, and I added black paint to it to get this beautiful color here. I wanted the, you know, the black to be dominant on the sides here. And I also put it all along the sides of the paper as well. I kind of like to do that because it kind of seals up the sides of the paper so it doesn't rip, you know, when it's being handled. So I thought that really looked beautiful. And then there's just a lace piece there that I had in my stash, and I just added it there. And then here is just a little handmade or hand-dyed seam binding. Isn't that pretty? I just love that color. So let's start out, and I hope I don't make you dizzy because this thing is big and there's lots of little boxes to go through. So as you can see, I covered all of the insides with the beautiful romance novel paper. And I believe this chipboard also came in the chipboard collection, but I'm not certain. It was with the collection, but I'm not sure if I put it there mistakenly. I'm not sure. But this is a beautiful chipboard piece, and I added some Timmy wings on the sides and just added a little gold rubbing buff. And here is just a little branch with two little love doves and a heart. And this was originally gold. It's plastic. I had gotten it from the dollar store. I just gessoed it up. And then I added wild orchid craft flowers on the sides there. And I have this cute little black feather sticking out there. And then over here is one of those Prima Junkyard Findings bulbs. And I'm sure you have all seen these, but they're kind of clear like this. So what I did was I painted the back of it white so you can really see the wording on it. And so that's what I did there. And as you can see, all throughout all of the little cubbies, I added a mixture of sand and white paint. And, you know, went over everything, you know, just to give it that shabby look. So in this little cubby here, isn't he cute? So I had this for a very long time, and I think it was from the second collection that Articade came out with, and I picked this one up. It was not sure how much, but these are quite expensive, and I've just been waiting for the perfect project, and this is the perfect project because I have a lot of angels and cherubs in here that it's kind of a theme. So I put that there, and again there's just white texture paste all over. And here's a cute little domino, and that's just, you know, from a game piece or whatever. This little coin here is by Bead Landing, and you can pick those up at Michael's, the Bead Landing collection. And then I have a little flower here from Wild Orchid Craft Flowers. And all down the entire side here, I have these black flat back pearls. Okay, so and here's a little flower here by Wild Orchid Crafts, and then I put a little black applique on the bottom that I just had in my stash. And right here is just a little gold key that I had in my stash, and I added this cute little bow right on there. And in this box spells out angel, and these are just they're like little wooden game pieces, and they had letters all over them, so they came like this. So what I did was I just painted the sides of them with that black paint, and then just kind of dabbed it on the front of it, so it gave it, you know, like a grungy look. And then I added, you know, some of the white texture paint. And then on the sides here I have these two crochet doilies, and I put them there, well, for color and also to stabilize this, because it is rather large, and I didn't want it, you know, to, you know, come off of the box and, you know, rip the paper. That has happened before. Right down here I have this little metal piece that I believe was either silver or gold, I'm not sure, but I painted it with gesso and added this little recollection rose in the center of it. And back there are a couple of more metal pieces that I painted with white gesso, and then I had this in my stash and I just added that there. I thought it like matched perfectly because of the black. And then here are some fabric flowers that I have in my stash, and I used some Lindy's sprays on here, and I can't remember the colors that I used, you know, just so everything, the pinks were all kind of the same kind of peachy pink colors. And here is just it's just a chipboard piece here, and back here is just another flower from, I believe, the dollar store. And then I have this little cherub here. Of course, it's by Prima. I had gessoed her up and spritzed her just a little tiny bit with some Lindy's, and then went over again with white paint, and then kind of, you know, roughed it up so she looks kind of statuesque, like old. So going in this box right here, I have this adorable hourglass, and it actually works. The sand goes through it. And it was originally silver, and I just used gold rub-and buff. And anything that was silver in here, I, you know, changed to gold because I thought with the black, it, you know, the gold looked better. For whatever reason, to me it did. So, and then I hung it by one of those little Tim Holtz thingies. I'm not sure what they're called, but I just added that up there. And here is a Prima resin window, which I added some of the coordinating paper in the back. Isn't that so pretty? And again, you can see the white texture paint in there. And here's more of those fabric flowers that I sprayed up. And then all of these are all wild orchid craft flowers. And then back here I have a cute little heart pearl. I just stuck that back there. I thought that was adorable. And here is some black lace appliques that I had in my stash. And this beautiful cameo here is from my friend Rosanna. Thank you, Rosanna. She had sent a couple of these to me in a rack a long time ago, and I've been absolutely hoarding them. But I thought this was a really great project because it matched perfectly to add to. So I added a chain because I think this was an earring or a necklace or something that she had picked up. So it has this little loop here. So I added a chain and put it into one of those eyelet screws, those Tim Holtz eyelet screws in here. And then swooped it down to this little birdie here, the little owl. It's got the clock in the center of its belly. Isn't it so stinking cute? And I got that from Dee. Thank you, Dee. I love those. I will definitely be picking more of those up. And then in back of that is a Tim Holtz bottle, you know, cork vial. And I added some loose pearls in there. And then just tied a little seam binding piece in there. And then up there is a flower from Craft Supply 1. And I believe I had to paint that with white gesso to get that color, and then spritzed it with Lindy's because it was very, very, very bright. So that's what I did for that. And then here I just have this cute little piece of lace here, and it gives him something, you know, to stick to, as well as the cameo. And again, on this side I have the black flat back pearls that go down on the sides. And then over here is just this little black trim that I had in my stash. No idea where I got it, but I thought it matched beautifully. So we'll go back over this way. And I forgot to show you this side. I have this kind of braided trim here. It's kind of a thicker one. Usually they're like thinner. And it was black. I got it in one of my hauls, my eBay hauls that I got. Like, you know, it comes in a huge variety. You just get what you get, and that was in it. So I was really happy to be able to use that. And then this here is from D as well. I just used some of that texture paint on it. That's why it looks like that. And then just added one of those metal pieces here that I painted, and added one of the rose recollection flowers in there. And then down in this box right here, this is another chipboard piece from the coordinating paper. And up here, this resin piece here, I believe is a Melissa Francis. Okay, so then back here I have a wild orchid craft flower, and I have a spool here that I really textured up. See the paint, isn't that awesome? And I added this trim here and another piece of seam binding. So, okay, we went over the cherub, and then this here is a Prima piece, and it's like a pedestal, I think it's called. And what I did, let's get a close-up view of it, I gessoed the whole thing so paint would stick to it, and then I used black paint and painted it, and then kind of dabbed it so it gave it like a texture look. And then the rub and buff, the gold rub and buff, I just added it all over, so it really gave it a really, really cool look. And I had no idea that that was gonna, you know, come out like that, but I love the look of that. And then I, of course, added the white texture paint. And then I did the same thing to the front of all of the little boxes. See if you can see here. I tried not to cover them up too much because they came out so cool looking. Okay, so that's how I got that look. Very cool. So there's another flower up there from Craft Supply 1. And this crown here is from the dollar, could have been the $2 bin at Michael's. And it was the metal crowns. It came in silver. I gessoed it up, and then I added some gold rub and buff, and then again some of the texture paint on there. And then I have this cute little bobbin here that I got. I got like a whole box of them at a garage sale, and then I added some of this pretty lace around it, so that kind of sticks out there. Here's a couple of flowers here by Wild Orchid Crafts. And then I have this pretty black applique. Again, I had it in my stash, so I just put it there. And then this chipboard piece here is also from the same coordinating chipboard pack that you get in it. But this was a different color, and I think it was like more of a beige color. And I sprayed it and put some of the white texture paint on there. And then in this box here, I have this, I have this really pretty, like mesh. It's kind of like is fringy. And I got that from the Hobby Lobby. I had to cut it down because it was too long to fit in there, but I thought that was really cool. And then I just added a little piece of white trim and then the black flat back pearl, so you can see, you know, the difference between the two there. And then if you go in here, I have this beautiful heart, and that was gifted to me in my my lace challenge, and I wish I had the sense to write down everybody's name, who gave me what, because I have no idea. I just, you know, put it in, you know, like this would be in my my box that I have on my little embellishments. So whoever gave that to me, thank you so much. I believe at one time in the beginning it was white with gold on it, and I just gessoed it up and sprayed it with some Lindy's. And here's one of those little teeny tiny light bulbs by Prima Junkyard Findings. It says sweet. And then I added some of those, more of those flat, black flat back pearls there. And here's another vial from Tim Holtz, and it's got the cork. And again, I added some loose pearls in there. And here is some, these are not the real, actually they are the real deal. These are, what do you call it, the crossword puzzle pieces there, whatever it is. I can't even think of what it is. I know you're screaming, Bonnie, it's this, but I can't remember. And then I have this little mirror here. Isn't it cute? It's like a little, I don't know if I can get up close. No, I can't get closer. That's all you got. And that's from the Bead Landing collection from Michaels, as well as this piece here. It's like a little chess piece. And that is also from the Bead Landing, as well as this adorable little bird cage. So then I just strung some more of that lace from here to here. So that's that box. Oh, and I have some white crocheted lace here. And then, like I said, I had the bird cage here, and here's some cheesecloth. And then this big, beautiful piece here comes from the chipboard collection, from the romance novel. Love it. Wasn't able to fill up that box too much because of this big baby, but I really wanted to put that in there. And, okay, so let's go back, and we'll go into the bottom row is left. Okay, so this piece here comes from the jewelry section at Michaels, and it came on a strand. This piece is really, really old. And it was like consecutive pieces that went all the way around. It was like a bracelet. And I just cut it apart. It was all little, you know, angels. So I glued that piece onto one of these metal pieces here, and then backed it onto one of those crocheted flowers. So it really, you know, is dimensional. And back there is a Prima clock. I just gessoed that up. And then I have some wild orchid craft flowers all over inside. And I have some more of the white, you can't hardly see it, but some white crocheted trim there. And then in this box right here, here is another piece that was gifted to me. And again, I'm really not sure, and I love this so much. I love this piece so much, and it matched this beautifully because it had the black and the green in it. So then I just added this little flat back pearl, and that's from Saw Crafter's store. I think I might have gotten this from Steph, but I'm really, really not sure. Like I said, I wish I had written down, had the sense in my mind to write down everything that my friends gave to me. And then I have this stinking rotten cute telephone here, and I think that's by Bead Landing as well. But I did get it in the jewelry section over in the Michaels department. So this little handle actually comes off